What is going on, guys? It is your girl Jimmy A, and I'm back with another reading for you guys. If no one told you guys today, I love you, and I know all your dreams and aspirations matter because they do. So let's tap in and see what blessings that you might not see coming your way. Okay, Archangel Michael and the Leg Bar, please protect me, protect my mind, my body, and my spirit. We're gonna clear all my chakras as we tap in. Papa, you okay? Good morning. That's my son. That is my son. All right, in denial. In denial, avoiding the truth. Okay, so right now, somebody, drama. And then judgment. This is like the judgment card, insecurities. All right, so here's the deal. This week, somebody is really taking a step back and feeling and realizing the truth about their part in drama, their part being envious and jealous, all right, their part in retaliating on ego. And something has happened to where Spirit, God, the universe, grabbed them up out of that rock that they was trying to live under, literally avoiding the truth about their part. You know, this is, we gonna start taking accountability, all right? The envy, that's a spirit. Jealousy, that's a spirit. That's not a spirit from God. All right, chaos, starting drama, being two-faced, wearing a mask, that is not a high vibrational spirit. Okay, and you know, there's a lot of karma. All right, a lot of results for people actions are settling in right now. All right, a lot of people don't have the resources that they once had to stay in denial. They are being forced to sit with the truth. They are being forced in hermit mode, all right, and it don't feel too pretty. There's a lot of people right now suffering with insecurities, low self-esteem, and self-doubt because you can't throw stones when you live in a glass house. That mirror is shattered. All right, I'm also hearing like mirror magic. All right. If you ugly on the inside, baby, I don't care how beautiful you are on the outside. Okay? If you are ugly on the inside and who you really are is a person that is drama-filled, is a person that is two-faced, is a person that thrives off of chaos and drama, is a person that's always gossiping in a very dark place, all right? Is a person that always want to retaliate out of jealousy. These are people that was trying to act like and not acknowledge their part in all of the drama. Okay? If you are filled with all of those things inside of you, if you literally are avoiding the truth, okay, also trying to keep people stuck under a rock, trying to withhold your identity, your true identity, all right, you are ugly. I don't care how much surgeries you want to get to enhance. I don't care how much attention you get. If you ugly on the inside, nobody gonna want to be around you. And that's what's happening, all right? God don't really gotta, because God, we all God children. But God will bless everybody around you instead of you to realize you the problem. You can't move on like this with drama, all right? Them insecurities are hitting people right now. It don't feel too fun no more. Life's starting to get real, all right? People starting to be blessed. Everybody like, where mine? low self-esteem, self-doubt, insecurities, all right? Because a lot of people got a front row seat to your blessings. A lot of people got a front row seat to your blessings, to your shine, all right? Spirit has been putting you on a map, all right? I'm hearing your name is going global. So that's what it is. There are people that probably even came up against you, or just people in the world, a part of the collective, that it don't feel fun no more because they got a front row seat to your blessings, all right? And they are not pretty, all right? I'm hearing pretty ugly because of their identity. You could put on so much makeup. You could go to the best hairstylist. But when people bring you up and they bring up bad stuff like, oh, I don't want to be around when that person come around. They start too much drama. They're very dark. They got a dark spirit on them. All right. They always jealous and talking about somebody. That's going to do so much damage to your character. All right. You know, we are the main character in this life. We are creating our own movie. All right. Imagine you playing a role in a character of the drama queen that's always starting something. People not gonna care how you look, all right? That's just a waste of money, okay? You just wasting money because your heart is ugly, okay? Also, you're gonna see a lot of people's physical appearance decline, okay? Because they felt like vanity made them. These clothes made them. These hairstyles made them. These people that they was associated with made them. What happens when you don't have that no more? Can you still feel beautiful? What happens when you can't get your hair done or money is tight? You gonna look around busted, or you gonna know how to do your hair? All right. What happens when you're not around those people that is famous and got a lot of clout? Can you still shine? Can you still create? A lot of people, resources have been snatched. So responsibilities are getting a little bit more tougher. Now they can't do their hair. Now they can't go pay their money to do their hair. All right, so now they feel worthless. Now they feel insecure. All right, or now they lose their job, or now reality is setting in to where now they spend all of this time on drama and they have nothing to show. Stability is out of whack. All right, shelter. Reality is setting in for the envious, for the jealous, all right? Something hit also. You know, in order for a mirror to crack, you gotta throw something at it, all right? It might have even bounced back. The drama, the chaos, if you are protected, right? If you are protected, it's not gonna hit you. The attacks, the reaction that people are trying to get from you. So something hit a lot of individuals where it hurts. Okay. So yeah, isolated in reverse. All right, so let's get more interior. Spirit, give me more on this energy and what my everything's mean to me. Wait. They be thinking they own me, y'all. And I be really knowing what they be saying. Look, the Ace of Swords. I be knowing what I be saying. Y'all know the truth. All right, truth requires change. That's a tough pill to swallow when all of the results that you are getting back from the outcome you've been putting in is shattering. All right, truth requires change. And when you are the one that needs to change, you better start now. It's no more living under the rock. All right. Also, It's looking like the healers, the tarot readers, the good ones, there's always a good and a bad. All right, but the high vibrational ones, the people that is investing into knowledge and skills and investing into themselves, right now, we are the new celebs, because money ain't just working no more. A lot of people need healing. A lot of people are attracted to people that have knowledge on that in a natural way. A lot of people are moving towards getting their mind right. And there gotta be certain teachers in that field. So you're gonna see a lot of spiritualists, a lot of you guys that have been taking the time out, even if y'all don't read cards, to post inspirational things or to get the word out there on specific topics. All right, shout out to all my, I'm about to say my day ones. All right, shout out to all my day ones that have been with me from the start of this channel. All right, and shout out to the newcomers. Like, y'all always show me so much love. Okay, dang. I don't know why I said that, but I'm telling y'all, I'm grateful. But y'all, the Ace of Swords is truth. You can't hide under the rock no more. You can't hide your hand and throw the stone, all right? Because when the stones get thrown back at you, you have no protection. There's something, the truth has shattered a lot of people. They can't even try to see a lie. There's nothing false about the truth that is setting in with a group of people. And it gotta be in your energy. This is y'all reading. Okay, the Ace of Swords, the judgment, the fingers all get pointed back at these people. So the truth, some sort of communication, some sort of conversation, some sort of information that a lot of people got this week, and just leading up until now, they're realizing that it's them, that they are the problem. And it shattered a lot of people, specifically this week. Look, the moon. Okay, it's time to clear out the skeletons in the closet on why a lot of people chose to act out of vengeance, to act out of such jealousy, dark. These are hidden enemies. That's the worst. We often pray for people, God protect us from our enemies. No, protect us from the people that we think we can trust that really don't like us. Protect me from that. Okay? At least I know who my enemies are. Protect me from the people that are acting like they love me unconditionally, but they are a hidden enemy. All of this is coming out. All right? The jealousy. It can't be hidden no more. A lot of people, jealousy, they can't contain it no more because God keep blessing you. Okay? The truth is cutting them deep. Okay? The moon card. All right? The eclipse was at 3:33 a.m. 3:3. All right? We are March 3rd. The eclipse was at 3:33 a.m. A portal is wide open of release, of karma, simply the results of your actions. Imagine you doing something and can't blame nobody but yourself. Imagine all your resources getting taken away. You can't blame nothing but yourself. Imagine everybody walking away with you. Now you don't got no support system because you just chaotic. You just filled with drama, okay? All of that is surfacing. These are things that people try to sweep under the rug about themselves. Okay, and act out of ego, out of jealousy. It's time to, like spirit digging it up. All right, whatever that people try to bury, whatever lies, whatever anything, all right, is being dug up. All right, all the secrets. All right, all the things that they try to keep hidden. All right, even about the things that they've done to people. It's all coming out. Spirit is saying, no, That's a shovel. We got to dig that up. All right. And you know who going to dig it? Because the only person that try to hide it is you. All right. It's like the dark night of the soul. Oh my gosh, the Ten of Swords. Ain't no coming back from this. All right. This is people that had multiple. This is 10 swords to tell the truth. Ace of Swords. All right. To live in truth. All right. To see the truth and not try to hide it so that way they can validate their anger. Okay. The 10 of Swords is saying your chances ran out when it comes to telling the truth, seeing the truth, making things right with yourself. All right. Gaining clarity. Okay. And not trying to choose to be in the dark, doing malicious things. All right, these people had multiple chances. There's always a lesson before destruction. There's always, before the death card, it's the hangman. All right, we get opportunities, multiples in this case. All right, 10 times. You had 10 lifetimes, I'm hearing. No. Spirit is saying consequences. That's all it is. Okay, the 10 of Swords, 10 times to tell the truth, 10 times to see clear, 10 times to lead and stop trying to influence people to believe in a lie. The chances is no more. All right, Spirit, give me one last card because I think that this is pretty clear on a group of the collective that was in your energy. Shattered. The Emperor. Justice. All right, so it's looking like y'all bossed up. All right, it's looking like literally this is now correlating back to my last reading. All right, in my last reading, it spoke about you guys receiving an unexpected. You don't see a blessing coming because you were so in love with the journey and the process that you wasn't so focused on the outcome. Like a lot of you guys already knew y'all was getting justice. A lot of you guys already knew that you was a part of a change. All right, a lot of you guys made it your business to connect with higher officials so that way you could have authority rule in your favor. All right, to pull strings, get connected. All right, also, if you was going through anything legal, everything goes in your favor. Right now, y'all bossed up. All right. Right now, it's like Spirit is inviting y'all to oversee empires. All right. Overseeing, like you becoming the boss. All right. You giving the orders. You setting the truth. You setting the rules because it's just. Okay. So I hope this helps. I love you guys and I'll see you in the next reading.